New Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naida had called for conducting a skill census.
My idea is skill census.
Skill census. You are saying instead of a caste census, you need a skill census.
This is particularly important as with changing work dynamics, students are finding it hard to land new jobs.
India is now home to more than 1.4 billion people.
A lot of emphasis has been put on its large youth population.
And more than 17% workers below 29 years of age are jobless.
Naida is also part of the ruling NDA alliance at the center. While 1.5 million engineers graduate each year in India, only 70 to 80,000 secured employment through campus placements in FY24. Krishna from Team Lease Digital told Outlook Business. She also highlighted that only 45% of job applicants meet employers' expectations, indicating a growing skills gap. The ongoing economic slowdown has worsened the situation, reducing hiring and limiting opportunities for new graduates.
Wherein we are talking about a large youth population, India is still facing a skill crisis. Now, despite having a large and youthful workforce, there's a significant gap between the skills that job seekers possess and those required by the employers. Every sector, be it IT, manufacturing, or when I spoke about renewable energy, BFSI, every sector is implementing AI across all their business processes. Today, India speaks about almost 4 lakh AI professionals, but there is a demand for almost 6 lakhs. There is almost a 50-51% of demand-supply gap.
So is the job situation among young Indians really bad? Are young workers not skilled enough to get a job? Unemployment is particularly high among educated young people, as per data released by the 2022-2023 annual report of the Periodic Labour Force Survey. The unemployment rate among young individuals is much higher at 10% compared to the unemployment rate at 3.2% for population of all ages. Another report by International Labour Organization suggests that 83% of the jobless Indians are youth. However, the government has contested this data. Anyways, these data points show that young individuals are finding it hard to get a good job.
Young people are not getting jobs because jobs have not been growing fast enough. Young people are joining at the rate of 5 to 6 million relatively well-educated young people entering the labor force, and those number of jobs are not being created each year. This is problem one. Problem number two is that there is already a stock of unemployed young people who are looking for work. This is on top of and in addition to the 5 or 6 million who are joining each year the labor force and looking for work. The third issue is that there are millions upon millions who are in agriculture, who want to leave agriculture and come out of it and find non-farm jobs. What we need is somewhere in the region of 10 to 12 million new non-farm jobs each year.
The problem with not getting good jobs is also prevalent in India's top institutes. Data reveals our RTIs found that in 2023, 21% of students studying in IITs were not able to secure a campus placement. Let me remind you, students have to clear one of the toughest exams in the country to get admission into these engineering colleges. Surprisingly, this number increased to 38% in 2024. All this data was collected by Dheeraj Singh, who is the founder of Global IIT Alumni Support Group. Some of the data for 2024 has also been obtained from news reports and other sources. He told Outlook Business that students from IITs would send him messages in distress because of not being able to secure a job in campus placements. Once a student committed suicide this year on January 10, 2024, he said,
The IIT engineers are the top sliver of the country. Their IITs contribute only 2 to 3%, and they are the bellwether of the hiring which takes place. So imagine the best skilled potential in the country is struggling to find the job. Imagine the state of affairs of the 15 million graduates every year. We are now moving into a zone of productivity-led growth, a very sharp, very high-end productivity-led growth, in which case very few set of people would be required and more data sets and chips would be required. Let's face it, in India we have the second largest labor market in the world after China. Where are we going to productively engage them? We can certainly take recourse and to some kind of hope that in this technological innovation-led growth, which is done by AI and ML, will open new vistas of opportunities. But will they be catering to the large supply that we have. Just to give you a number, the average salary of a software engineer in India is $10,000 a year. In US, the comparative number goes up to as high as $150,000. So in China, it's $25,000. Even in software services, it's at the lower end of the spectrum. We have to also improve the skill levels, bring it to the levels where, let's say, I was talking about the differential in Chinese IT industry, in US IT industry, and Indian IT. Let's bridge that gap. Let's bridge that gap through improved skilling, not through skill programs which are absolutely, rock bottom. But I'm talking about the top end skills, because if we have to get into the higher productivity game, we have to improve our skills. There are a lot of frictions, as you say, that if you talk to industry, the industry people will say, oh, we have a lot of jobs, but we are not able to find the candidate, which is also true. Ironically and paradoxically, the students will say, or the job seekers will say, we have been looking for job for a long time, and with the right set of skills, we haven't been able to find the jobs. Now, this is a classical search friction.
While there are several reasons for not getting a job, one important factor to consider is the skill gap that exists between what companies want and what students are equipped with. While IT firms seem to be reducing their hirings, some sectors are booming and are having problems in finding the right candidate. An employee of Larsen & Toubro, a large infrastructure company, told Fortune India that they were unable to hire students because they lacked the required skills for the job. 75,000 students applied for the job, and L&T only gave offer letters to 1,500 students because many students did not have the talent that suited their needs. Even TCS is struggling to fill 80,000 open positions due to lack of skills among job candidates. Another news report indicates that the demand for jobs in newer sectors like electronics and EVs is rising. In TeamLease's degree apprenticeship program in the electronics sector, the participation has increased from 7,500 apprentices to 91,900 from 2020 to 2024. All these changing job trends point towards the importance of upskilling and practical application of skills that suit the economic environment of today and tomorrow.
Today, if we see that despite having many graduates, many of the youth today lack the practical industry-specific skills which are required by companies today. The skills which are required in demand in areas like artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, and cybersecurity. But when we look at these graduates, they lack these specialized skill sets, and that is the reason that is leaving them unemployable despite having IT degrees. It is also due to limited job opportunities that are available in the market today. Our job market is not growing as rapidly as the number of graduates entering in it. Apart from information technology sector, green jobs in renewable energy are emerging, which is requiring a newly skilled workforce. So it's extremely crucial that upskilling is high demand areas, and if upskilling is happening in the right perspective, individuals can significantly improve their employability. We also need to look at collaborative effort between industry and academia to ensure that the education system is aligned according to the job needs of the market.
A World Economic Forum report suggests that in the next 5 years, there could be a structural growth in 69 million jobs against a setback of 83 million jobs worldwide. The fastest growing jobs will be that of AI and machine learning specialists and of sustainability specialists. Due to transition towards green energy, the report adds, with the changing dynamics of work, it becomes more than important to carefully evaluate and address these skill gaps that exist in Indian society. So, is India ready to move in this direction and provide AI training to its graduates? While worldwide trends suggest a shift towards AI and the green sector, almost half of the workforce in India is still employed in agriculture, which contributes just 15% to the country's economy. The government has taken some steps to address these gaps. The government launched a National Skill Development Mission in 2015 to better skill India's workforce. Since 2015, close to 1.4 crore candidates have been trained or oriented under one of its schemes, the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, PMKVY. But the problem here is that despite training individuals, getting a placement is very tough. Over 14,000 industrial training institutes or ITIs have been created to provide technical training for skills such as mechanist, welder, fitter, footwear maker, etc. While these are no substitute for IITs, they cater to the vast majority of the population that seek basic employment in a respective field. In addition to ITIs, the government has also invested in providing training courses in fields such as AI, robotics, IoT and drones. Santosh Mehrotra and Dr. Harshil Sharma write in the Wire that placement rate for PMKVY 1.0, which started in 2015, is 18.4%. For PMKVY 2.0, it's 23.4%. And for PMKVY 3.0, it was just 10%. We tried to verify these numbers by going on the PMKVY website, but the dashboard on that website seemed to have been taken down or was not in working condition.
Because the government doesn't have the right programs. You have half-educated young people coming out of school, meaning they are poorly educated because our government school system is not generating very high quality of learning. On top of that, the vast majority of skilling programs being afforded by the government are short-term skill programs, 3-4 month training. What use is that? That's not going to create people who are employable in the formal organized sector. You can't skill someone in 3 to 4 months, especially if they have such poor quality education. And you know what is the placement level in the PMKVY? 20%. 20% is going into the informal sector. Don't say that they are poorly skilled. The training program is badly designed. So of course they will be badly skilled. So of course they will end up being in the informal sector. That's exactly what you're training them for. So don't blame them. Look at what you are providing them. How bad is the quality? You go on creating management colleges, commerce, universities. You get young people entering university on a phenomenal scale. You don't have the teachers. Colleges are essentially locations where they just give exams. In the last 20 years, the number of affiliated colleges to universities went up from 10,000 to 42,000. 4 times in a matter of 20 years. When you get massification of that order of magnitude, what do you expect in higher education? Catastrophic drop in quality, no teachers who are poorly trained. IITs don't, 3,000 faculty short in IITs. Look at the IIT placement rate.
So yes, getting a quality job in India is not as easy as we would have wanted. There's a dearth of campus placements from IITs to ITIs. With a situation like this, it makes a lot of sense to conduct a skill census. Better data can definitely help with effective policy making. The issue of unemployment among educated youth and lack of skills has become a major talking point in Indian politics as well. Opposition parties are throwing jade to the ruling government for failing to provide adequate jobs, and political experts are calling it a major reason for the poor results that the BJP got in the 2024 elections. Several news reports suggest anger among the country's youth for not being able to get a job, especially in the state of Uttar Pradesh, where the performance of BJP drastically deteriorated this election. The opposition Congress party has also talked about introducing a right to apprenticeship in its manifesto. The tasks of skill development and unemployment have taken a center stage in Indian politics now, and hopefully this will result in greater emphasis on upskilling individuals and providing quality jobs for a better tomorrow. If you find this video informative, share it with your friends and subscribe to us on social media channels.